Hi mamas, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome. My name is Shante Belazaire. I am a first time mom, and I have been going through this journey for about 8 months now, so I'm just here to share all my experiences. So today we are going to be talking about 5 easy ways, well, just a few ways to start breastfeeding successfully. I'm actually nursing my daughter right now, so if you hear her or see her little hand, that's why. So just to get started on some tips on how to breastfeed. The first tip that I have is to make sure you take advantage of the golden hour. Golden hour is the first hour, and what they're going to do is they're going to put the baby on your chest, and then the baby's going to navigate their way to your the nipple. During golden hour, your baby is most alert, and their natural instinct to bond with the mother, and they want to eat. So putting them on your boob right away is going to be the best thing that you can do. It's going to set the stage, so you're going to be accustomed to it. The baby's going to get accustomed to it as well. And the skin to skin contact actually helps them as well latch on. Keep in mind that if you do miss the golden hour, it is not the end of the world. I actually didn't put my baby on my chest or my boob until over 3 hours because I had a C-section, and I still was successful. But you know, the sooner the better. Okay. Second tip that I have for you when it comes to starting this journey off successfully is to take advantage of the lactation consultant at the hospital. When I tell you, like, literally, once I got to my room, I called the lactation consultant. And then not only did I call her, but she was in my room every time it was time for me to feed the baby. She showed me different positions to hold the baby. And then she also told me how to make sure that the baby's actually sucking properly. Come to find out, if I didn't get the lactation consultant, I would have never known my baby wasn't actually sucking properly. So although I thought she latched on and she was sucking, her suck wasn't efficient enough, so she wasn't getting anything out. If I didn't call that lactation consultant, like I said, I would have had no idea. So definitely take advantage. They're free. Call them 1,000 times. Look, okay? As much as that hospital bill is going to be, you need to take advantage of everything you can do. And if you can get their number after, look, get their number, get their email, get their address, look, call them up. Oh, I can't even. 3. So anyways, my third tip is, if your milk does not come in right away, which most people's milk does not come in right away, so don't be worried, alarmed, it's normal. Mine didn't come in for 4 days. But anywho, so if your milk does not come in right away, what I would recommend is pumping immediately. So that will help stimulate the milk and help stimulate the breast to get the breast milk flowing faster. So what I did was, I had the baby. Every time she was hungry, I would put her on my boob. I would put her on both sides until she was done sucking. Nothing was coming out, so however long she wanted to suck, I would let her suck on both sides. Then I would give her to my husband so my husband can feed her, and then I would start pumping immediately. And I pumped both sides for about 10 to 15 minutes, and I did this every single time. So every single time she was hungry, I would follow the same step. I would go ahead and again nurse her both sides, pump, and then that was it. Okay, so that is a good thing to start. One, is going to get you in the routine of pumping too, and then it's also going to get you in the routine of nursing, so it's a win-win. Now if you decide you don't want to pump at all, that's not a problem. Just putting your baby on the breast as well is going to help stimulate it, so it's fine. Okay, so don't feel bad if you don't feel like pumping, because pumping is not for everybody, let me tell you that much. Okay, now tip number 4 kind of correlates with number 3, but essentially the tip number 4 is to make sure you put your baby on the boob every single time she's hungry, whether there's milk or no milk, it doesn't matter. You want to put her on your boob again to get that milk stimulating, to get into a routine, to get her in a habit, to kind of perfect the whole craft, because it is a learning. It's going to be a learning curve. You know, baby might not be latching right. You might not know how to hold the baby or the best way you want to hold her or him. So definitely just every single time, you know, you can, I don't even want to say you can skip, because I really wouldn't recommend skipping regardless. But I mean, you know, missing one or two here and there won't hurt. But definitely as much as you can, because what you want to remember is that breast milk or your milk supply is supply and demand. So when your body, when you know the baby's stimulating the breast, it's letting your body know that you need milk. So the more you put the baby on, the more your body's going to be like, okay, we need to start working getting this milk. So that's why I would say, you know, really not to miss any, because you could be signaling to your body that you don't need to make as much as you need. So that's why I would say, you know, it's very important within at least the first 2 to 3 weeks to stick to a consistent schedule. But I will go over that in another video on like getting a schedule down and things like that. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. Okay, so if you haven't already, make sure you like this channel, subscribe. Yes, thank you. So my fifth and final tip for this video is not to give your baby any other nipple until she or he gets the breastfeeding down. Until it's down and set in stone, you know, I would not give the baby any other nipple, just because you hear the term that some babies get nipple confusion. Now for me, luckily I did not have that issue. So if you feel comfortable and confident, then go ahead and do it. Because for me, what I did was I did give my baby a passy right away. So my baby a pacifier, she nursed and I gave her a pacifier and I had no issues. You know, just to kind of give you a backstory of what I did when the milk wasn't in. I had to supplement with formula, which I wasn't happy about, but I had to do that in order for my baby to get the nutrients and vitamins that she needed. So what I did though was I syringe fed her. And in the beginning, they're not really drinking that much. So syringe feeding her wasn't really, you know, a major thing for me. It didn't take long. I would highly recommend that over a bottle, because that may cause the confusion. I only had to give her formula while I was in the hospital. So we syringe fed her the whole time. Once I got home, the 4th day, my milk came in. I just had to give her the boob at that point. Okay, so just to wrap things up, I just want to say that I personally feel like these things, the reason why that I am successful today. I have been breastfeeding my baby for 8 months now, and we're still going. You know, I do a combination of pumping and I nurse her. It was definitely important for me to make sure I stuck to what I just advised you to do. You know, if I would have stopped, like it would have been easy to just give her formula and not keep going. If your milk takes a long time to come in, don't beat yourself up and don't let anybody tell you that, you know, you have to give formula. I had told my husband right from the rip that, you know, we was gonna try for a full month before we gave up. So whether I would have had to keep supplementing or not, I was gonna make sure that, you know, I tried as long as possible to breastfeed her and to nurse her, because that's what I wanted to do ultimately. It's not about what's better, it's not about what's right, what's wrong. It's about what me as the mother and you as the mother, as the parent, what do you want to do? What do you want to give to your baby? And when it comes to our children, you know, we always want the best for our kids, and we're gonna do what we can to make sure we give them that. Now again, there's nothing wrong with formula, but I'm just saying that if you really want to breastfeed your child, you can do it, okay? You got this. It's not going to be easy, but trust me, it's worth it, and you can do it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. I will answer any questions that are in the comments, and stay tuned for the other videos. Again, if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Bye, mamas.